Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't know what the area was called, but I guess it's intersection 2.
I think so.
I think
If
so
it's the
too.
place where I think it is the place of where it was.
It won't teleport me. There we go.
It teleported me when you stepped on it,
I
which is
know.
weird because you were closer.
Yep.
And
I'm
also,
standing on
if
it.
you look at the chat, I didn't teleport
Right,
once.
Ninja Academy had a tiny bit of iron. We already got all of that.
It
Yeah,
was.
here
I
in
think it
Reptilian
was.
Stronghold.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is the place.
Yeah.
I feel like
It was
it
like by
may
a
there may
tower
have
in
been
there.
a shortcut teleporter to that bit, but
Probably.
Well, the shortcut teleporter was out to the castle, though, the big castle. I don't think there was one down there with the towers.
okay. Well, let's go. Try and ignore all the people. And Crazy Man, perhaps this would be a good time for you to tell your tale.
Tell the tales of time gone by. Oh. Every time. Even when I'm not saying it directly, something just attacks. But yes, we'll try and tell the tale of the elephant and his turntable.
Maybe you
in what
should
is
start
probably
from the
going to be
beginning.
starting from the beginning and ending at the end. What a novel concept. No, I don't think we could manage that. All right, we'll try. So there was an elephant called Stanley, right? Stanley the elephant. This was the bit that we've already established. And Stanley wasn't having a happy life because he was being bullied at school. Where was this iron?
Over here, I think?
I don't remember exactly where.
I think it was
Okay.
down
Oh,
here.
it was up top by the bridge, or no, down here? Let's
I
try
think
down
it was
here.
down here. I'm not sure, though.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I think you're
here.
right. Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
rely on you whilst I tell the story.
Found
Okay,
it.
Otherwise-
I'll guard you guys very badly while Crazy Man tells his tale very badly.
I'll do my job goodly.
Okay, so goodly it will be done. Yeah. Anyway, going to school, wasn't very happy. The children at school beat up poor Stanley the elephant. Oh, boo! Sad times. What happened to the light? Anyway, one day he was at a bus stop, on his way home, and there was an old Chinese man there, or as the book refers to him, there was an old Chinaman who was a panda, but that was irrelevant and not really brought up. It's just the pictures.
Is that all the iron?
Yep.
That was all the iron.
And I think there may have been more further on.
Creepers.
I remember some being up the top of here. I could be
let's
wrong.
go for a look at
We
that.
could have got this upstairs iron.
Upstairs
But,
there. Where did you go?
I can see coal
Upstairs.
from here. We need that.
Oh,
Quite a bit of
okay.
coal.
Thank you. I don't have a bow, by the way.
Okay.
I've got a fishing rod, not a bow. There's coal. What's in here? Ooh, there's an efficiency 3, fortune 3 pick.
Uh-huh.
Should we use that for the
Coal.
cool?
Probably a good idea.
Is it stone, so you're not going to be able to use it for much else. Yeah, and anyway.
You're welcome.
Thanks for warning me.
I didn't want to interrupt the story.
Is there... Oh, there's a lot of...
I was going to
Okay,
save your
thank you.
life, good sir, but then I didn't want you to stop talking with this beautiful story you were telling. Unless, it was
you
going to be
still
death
telling
that
the
brought
story?
that on. I'm trying to. People keep interrupting me with creepers. Anyway, yes, the Chinaman gives the Stanley the elephant the turntable, and obviously a record to play on it, and he's over the moon. He's thrilled and excited, and he rushes off home. I think I may have ruined this story slightly because he doesn't at this point know it's a turntable.
You just have to start
It's
from
just-
the beginning.
Just start over from the beginning again. All right, start from the beginning again. Stanley, school, sad. Boo-hoo. Also an elephant. Bus stop, Chinaman, who's actually the panda thing. He goes, "What's wrong, Stanley, with your beautiful tusks and your beautifully long nose and your dashingly good ability to stand on twigs without breaking them?" "Oh, boo-hoo," said Stanley. "People make fun of me. My life sucks because of all the cruel things people say and do to me." "Oh, don't feel sad, Stanley. Here, take this," giving Stanley a pretty coloured package with a bow tie on.
Oh my god!
Was it that pretty?
That's shocking.
There's skeletons in boats.
Okay. Well, you've slightly bust my flow, scuffed my sneakers, as they say in some parts of somewhere. But I'll continue on with this story.
You have to start from the beginning.
Stanley, school, sad. Bus stop, man. Presents, yay. And anyway, on his way home, Stanley is encountered by a bunch of kids from his school, and the pick broke. I got 3.5 stacks from that pick. Thing meets mean people. They're porcupines, right? And they start teasing him a bit, asking why he was hanging out with the old Chinaman. And Stanley, obviously, because he's used to the bullying, was reluctant to sort of give too much up. So as they poke and tease him, he's trying to ignore them and just trying to get away. However, one of the porcupines asks, "Oh, what's that there?" snatching the pretty coloured box that Stanley was given by the old Chinese man, who was a panda. And then between them, they're chucking it to and from one another. You know, as kids do when they're trying to steal something. Taunting Stanley, going nah, you know, that sort of generic childish behaviour that children do, I presume. And Stanley then manages to sort of, as they're chucking it to one another, he manages to knock it in one of the jumps because he's got his beautiful long nose. However, he knocks it into traffic and a car hits it. At this point, porcupines laugh and run off. And the package is clearly badly damaged, right? Stanley is very sad and he starts crying. Elephant tears.
Aww.
And vows that he will never forget. Anyway, he then gets home. And he's crying and angry, and his parents ask what's up, and he just runs to his room and he opens up the package to see what it is, right? And inside there was the turntable, a bit damaged, and oh dear, I've got myself into a bad place. I'm out of that bad place. And also there was a record for him to play as well, which was completely broken. Stanley cries and cries and cries. So eventually his dad, who for some reason is an orangutan, I never quite understood that bit, but you know, these things happen.
Found an emerald.
His well done you. I've run out of things to mine. Oh, I found another thing to mine. It's okay.
I found creepers.
You can't really mine creepers.
No.
Anyway, his dad sort of sees that he's upset, asks what happened. Stanley explains the situation. Not very well, because he's
kind of like Kung Fu
tears.
Panda. Oh no! Oh no!
Okay. Well, this is very...
I could really use an extraction.
Where are you?
It's
Where
alright, I'm
are
running
you?
for my life.
Okay.
Very professionally running for my life.
Can I continue with my story then, or do we have to stop and worry about sparks?
You can carry on with your story.
Marvelous. So, this story continues on. It's
Okay.
in no way like Kung Fu Panda. And his dad sort of goes, "Oh, don't worry," comforts him, and takes the record player away. Stanley then goes back to being sad, and because it's the weekend, he doesn't have to go to school the next day, and he's just being sad, lying in his bed. Oh, and there's a creeper. Oh, that was close. That was very close.
Oh, so close that it
That
counted for nothing. Yeah.
Well, the creeper left me on half a heart, and then I apparently took full damage for the last half. This is what happens when I'm not paying attention. I should probably get a weapon to defend myself with.
Probably.
Ah! Twinkles, look to your right.
I see you down there. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get that chest. This hasn't blown up yet, amazingly.
I'm gonna try and run back with this coal so I don't lose it. If I could find the way, that'd be good. No clue where I am.
Oh dear, back to people and navigational skills that are terrible.
I have
anyway, I know. Neither the sparks, don't worry. Anyway, my story. Yeah, so his dad comes in with the record player that's been fixed. And the record player's been fixed, and he gives it to Stanley, and Stanley's overjoyed. However, obviously the record itself is still damaged, and he can't use the record in any way because it's been completely broken. It's beyond repair. Hey, Twinkles.
Hi.
I should have stolen some food from you because I have none.
Well, I can give you some. No, you're too far
It's
away
alright,
now.
I'm past.
Too late.
I know.
I don't remember the way home. Where am
I'm
I?
not surprised. Not even slightly. Anyway, Stanley's dad gives him the record player, and they go out and they buy a new record for Stanley to play. And they do that, and all is well and good, and Stanley is happy. I don't suppose anyone picked up my stuff?
I don't even know where you were.
No.
Okay, that
I
makes
can give you a
two of
hand
us.
if you like.
Possibly useful. I think I see my undead player. Yeah, I do. But it looks like he's travelled away. A bit of a way. Well, I just heard a creeper. Oh, well. Oh, here I was. Found my stuff. Don't worry about it.
The undead player's got your sword.
Yeah, it was not a great sword, if I recall. I'm not too concerned by it. Although, it does look like some coal went down there. Do-do-do. Do-do-do.
You're not going down there, are you?
Yes?
Yes.
It's only a couple of mob sparks. Don't worry about it.
Boom.
Didn't even touch me. Anyway.
Help! It touched me! Touched me in a no-no place!
We'll get the dole out.
Why do we have a diamond shovel?
For just such a situation.
Marvelous. I don't know why we have a diamond shovel. I think we found it somewhere and then kept it.
Probably.
I don't have any iron though, which is slightly concerning.
You lost an iron sword over here.
No, I mean like the iron I mined. I don't see any
Uh-oh.
iron.
Really?
Yeah, and it's not like I've got a full inventory. There is something there. That's just gunpowder. Levels.
I had 13 iron, so...
Well, we've possibly lost some iron.
It's a shame. We got an emerald though.
And if we hadn't lost the iron before, it's probably gone now, for certain. Just via that explosion.
It was sort of on the hill there. The explosion, I guess it might have got it.
Well, the coal had fallen down, so I'm assuming that the iron would have done similar.
Okay,
It wasn't
cool.
with the other stuff.
Well, should we just head back then?
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to finish my story because obviously all stories, all good stories, I should say, do have a moral behind them. And, you know, it's an older story, so the moral is not fully relevant to today's society, but it's still somewhat relevant. Because it turns out that the kids who had been beating up Stanley were in fact undercover police, and that creeper almost killed me, but gave me an apple. Marvelous! This day's going so well. And they had been hunting down a known kidnapper, which was the Chinaman. I fell in a hole.
Why were policemen destroying somebody's turntable?
Well, because the way this guy had been operating was by giving out gifts that seemed innocent, but also contained audio of sort of hypnosis-y things. I don't know the technical term of this, but basically been hypnotizing people via audio files in the form of record players. And the police had not wanted to lose their cover.
Mm-hmm.
And the moral of the story is basically sometimes you've changed the carpet.
No.
Anyway, that wasn't the moral of the story. The moral of the
What are you talking
story.
about?
The moral of the story is that sometimes.
Is there a moral?
Yes, there is. If you'd let me get to it. The moral of the story is that sometimes the people who you think are trying to screw you over are the ones who are doing their best to help you out, and sometimes the people who you think are trying to help you are the ones trying to screw you over. That, and never trust the Chinese. Now, I admit that last bit is a bit less relevant today, but that was the moral of the amazing story of the elephant and his turntable.